This just happened. How do you respond? Stick around, we're going to find out. Hey guys, it's Kelly here from Armed and Feminine, and I am still slinged for a few more weeks, so I have enlisted the help of my friend, we'll call him John. John happens to be former FBI and SWAT team leader, and he also teaches his own defense and tactical courses for everyday lay folks like you and me who want to better protect ourselves and our family. So today, John is going to go through a lot of pointers with us on how you should respond and different things that you can do, maybe even without needing to use your firearm, to keep yourself safe if you're assaulted in your vehicle. We're going to roll through a few scenarios that could possibly happen with somebody trying to assault you in your vehicle. The first thing that I want to point out is that you can prevent some of this possibly, or create a barrier to somebody getting to you in your vehicle by two simple things. One, locking the door. Can't get to you very easily. And two, keeping the window up. Because right now I have access to him right here. Two simple things. Lock your door, keep the window up together. So a lot of times I will see, where's your little thing? This is a pen, but we'll pretend it's a cigarette. People sitting at a stoplight, window down, smoking a cigarette. That makes him a very easy target. I can easily come in right at him because he isn't paying attention, because he's just chilling out having a smoke. So think about that. Real simple. Lock your door, keep the window up. Alright, so if somebody is walking along my vehicle while I'm stopped at a stoplight, that's when a number of things tend to happen, and in the evening. I'm going to try to approach the vehicle, you, from behind and open your door because he didn't lock it. How are you going to, you don't know how you're going to respond. What are some things that you might tell the viewers, this is how you need to respond if somebody actually opens your door to try to get to you?
Right, a couple things. Number one, immediately, if you don't have a weapon immediately available, your first thing you should do is comply and give them the impression. Those first few seconds, if you can't take immediate action when they're least expecting it, then what you really need to do is comply and make that snap decision. You can take someone's weapon from them when they're in close range, but it's a very precarious thing, and if you don't train on it and you don't do it frequently, then either start doing that, build it into your training program with like a pink weapon or a red weapon, or I wouldn't do it. Your life is on the line. You need to be very confident, and whatever you do, that decision, all these things, I like to call it the what if game. Mm-hmm. So all the time since I've been much younger, when I was in the Marine Corps and in the FBI, constantly asking myself questions. What would I do if I'm in traffic at a stop sign? How much space am I giving somebody? When somebody's approaching me, even if they're just, walking down the sidewalk or whatever, are you aware? Mm-hmm. Most people, as you teach in your classes, most people just aren't aware on a normal basis of their surroundings.
Big point. We've already done a video on situational awareness. We always need to be looking in our mirrors, rear view mirrors, side mirrors. How much space do I have? And so often we're distracted by the phone, singing, kids jumping around in the background, but that's key. Paying attention is key.
Right, because if you see, for instance, you are paying attention, you see a door open or somebody coming up from the sidewalk or from outside your car right towards you, they may be coming for some innocuous reason, but you're at least alert and you're ready to respond. Mm-hmm. When we were talking about being in traffic, I always have, whatever vehicle I'm in, you have enough room between you and the car in front of you, mm-hmm. so that if I need to gun it and just get out of there, if I feel like that pit in my stomach, something's not right here, mm-hmm. I'll gun it and just get out of that situation, and then you avoid it altogether.
Trust your instinct. We have that extra sense that says something is just not right here, which is a really good thing. I mean, when we get in city traffic, so often I will see cars literally bumper to bumper, and we can't drive away to safety where he said, I'm going to gun it. So who cares if the guy behind you is blowing the horn for you to move up? Leaving enough room for yourself, and this is a big vehicle that I have, so we really need a lot of extra room based on the turning radius of this vehicle and a plan to get on out. So let's just run through and see what happens.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yo, give me your wallet. and all of your belongings. Alrighty, so we have the window open, and I am this close in range to him. So this proximity makes your decision what?
This proximity for me and my training makes my decision easier.
Okay.
Because the gun is literally in perfect position for me to take it.
Right.
And the way you do it is you're always going to make the weapon go against the hand, which means going towards the outside of the hand. So my right hand is going to come down right towards the back of the weapon, and my front hand is going to grab this front, and it's going to go like that. Now, right there, she can't fire the weapon, and I'm going to have positive control on this. Now, remember, this is a life and death situation. I'm going to get this weapon. Now we're fighting. The reason I say I hesitate to share that with you is because you don't want to be wrestling with a gun. But if it's this close proximity, I would do it because of my training.
He's going to put me in another sling. Oh, dear.
I'm going to try not to.
Try not to.
One more time. Look how, and again, if you noticed, when she came in, I turned my body, so now I'm trying to, as much as I can, square up, because that's the move right there. And if you all are not aware, action beats reaction. Now that's something that law enforcement knows, and an example is we used to do a lot of training with paint guns.
Oh, cool.
And so we would tell guys, hey, someone's going to come in that door, right? You're going to have 3 SWAT guys coming in the door. You're in the room, shoot them. And nearly 100% of the time, the bad guy would get shot before they did, because action beats reaction. He knows they're coming. He doesn't know when. And then naturally, the way things transpire, the way your eyes move, these guys are already shooting at him before he gets his finger on the trigger. So same thing here, action beats reaction.
All right, one more time. We're going to do this a little bit slower so you all can get an idea of what this is. Give me your stuff. Bam. To the opposite side. He even took it. It's pink. He likes pink. All right.
I like pink. The other thing is, regardless of whether it's that close or not, you definitely want to be, and this requires training. And that little what-if game really helps you lower your level of fear and anxiety while something is going on, because your skills are going to deteriorate in the middle of a, we know this. This is just
adrenaline rush.
Right, the rush, the fear, all of that. But the more you can learn to capture everything around, that's why when we teach combat shooting, it's both eyes open.
Right.
You keep everything in your purview, and the more you do that, the more you take in. So I'm looking at you. I'm looking at where your trigger finger is. I'm looking at everything around. One of the other techniques you can use.
Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah.
The eyeballs.
Yeah, the eyeballs.
Watch this. This is great. I love this.
So if she's giving me commands, give me your wallet or whatever.
Give me your wallet.
If I give her one of these and simply look and hold a look, that's going to 90 to 100% of the time, that's going to be the response. They see you looking away, they're wondering, is someone coming up on me? All they turn for a second. Now, while she's like, this is a 1 to 2 second thing. While she does that, you can either go for the weapon, you can draw your own weapon and come out and shoot. You can do a lot of things. This is very dangerous. This is an absolute close proximity. If this weapon goes off, there's a very high probability I'm going to get hit. It's hard to miss from this distance. And so this is never good. And I know some people are like, this is the best scenario. They're all bad scenarios. I'm just trying to give you the best of the worst scenarios,
But I love that. Just a quick little diversion tactic that is, hey, look, someone's coming. So this person might be scared because they just want to get in, get out, and get moving. And I love that. Quick little diversion tactic. Who's coming? And honestly, our natural instinct is to say, what is he looking at?
Right.
That gives him an opportunity to respond fairly quickly.
Right.
Love it. Love it. Get out of the car. I want your car.
Okay, I'm trying to get out. I can't get out. I can't get out.
Game on. He doesn't know pink beats orange every time. Okay. So that was interesting. I'm not sure how much of that you got to see from the other angle, but I want you to go back into the position where you were. I'm asking him to comply right here. Get out of the vehicle because I want to take the vehicle. And so he shows me his hands the whole time. and spins. Go ahead, do that again. Spinning, spinning, spinning.
And you can even, if they're close enough, knock their weapon while you draw. If she's far enough away, you can't. Like if I were able to do it, I can. If not, I'm showing my hands, and then I'm drawing out of the holster and right at her.
Game on. So,
action beats reaction.
Action beats reaction. Now, he's a lefty, and so that was on his left side.
Right. Makes it more difficult in a vehicle.
Right, right. So you have to consider that if you're left-handed, how close in proximity you are to the door and being able to draw on the side where the assailant is. So that was kind of cool. So I want you also to show about that really cool seatbelt release.
Oh yeah. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your outside hand, which is your left hand when you're driving in America, on the left side, and you just kind of make a knife and you come right up in here, in between, wherever you have your seatbelt adjusted, and you go straight down, and you are naturally going to hit that red button in your seat. Right in, straight down. And one thing I would, because I believe muscle memory is everything, and I know you all teach that, you just come up. This is the way I take off my seatbelt every day. And if you just do it every time you get out of the car, when you need to do it, you need to get out fast, you can get out.
What happens if you find yourself in the middle of some sort of shootout and your vehicle is now taking hits, taking rounds, and you can't really drive it anywhere and you've got to bail? What are you going to do, and how are you going to protect yourself from the folks on the other side who are shooting at your vehicle here? So, you know, if I'm going to get on the other side while you talk to them.
Well, there are a lot of different ways you can respond, but first and foremost, you're taking rounds, specifically if you're taking rounds from a long gun, but even pistol fire, that's bad enough, and that's going to go right through your windows and could come right through your doors at you. So if the threat is on the opposite side of my vehicle, this is why we learn to do this, right? I'm going to pop my seatbelt and I'm bailing out and I'm coming out the door. And the next thing I'm going to do when I come out the door is I have already made a decision, right? Especially if this is in a public place, based on my background and training, I'm going to address the threat. You have to know, are you going to flee? Are your children with you? Do you need to protect them, right? You're probably not going to want to get in a gunfight to protect others if your children are in immediate danger. So you're going to want to get them to a place of safety. So you may bail and move to a position of cover with your children and simply draw your weapon and protect them. So it depends. Are you alone? And this goes to what Kelly was talking about situational awareness. If you're in a restaurant, if you're in a public place, where am I going to go if things go bad? That should be something you're always looking around, simply making a decision and then get on with enjoying your day. So in this case, taking rounds from this side, I'm going to bail out, and then in a minute we're going to talk about where the best places, if I decide to engage, best places of cover around a vehicle. Looking at this vehicle, there are several places that are good for cover and several that are not. Best place for cover is the front end of the vehicle. You've got the engine block, you got the wheel well here. This is a great place for cover, and we're going to talk about that. Obviously, these are not good places of cover, but we have a wheel well back here that is, and I'm going to show you some different techniques. If I'm going to use this as cover, I don't want to draw out of my holster and actually have to expose my body to Kelly like this. Now, how much of my body?
Yep.
Right, she can see a lot of my body here. If I do this to get stability, I'm exposing the most important part of my body I should be protecting. So I want to get a little distance from the cover, and I want to be able to get down, so my weapon is going to be able to address her. This is one technique. Another technique is to go low, and this is a very good technique. Behind a wheel well, behind here, and getting down, I can actually address a target like this and shoot. I can actually, using this as cover, this is a technique you got to train for, but I'm coming down and I can shoot her from right here.
That's great. I can't even see you.
She can't see me and I'm shooting at her.
See you.
Can you shoot through the windows? Absolutely, but I got the same problem. I can see all of her, but that means she can see all of me, and that's a problem because I don't want to get shot.
All right, so that was a lot of really deep information in a fairly quick amount of time for you to soak in, but very important because I've just seen a number of videos about assaults with vehicles, and that can happen so easily. Number one, keep your doors locked. Number two, keep the windows up at the same time. But should something bad happen, like we said, plan. We don't want to be paranoid, but we've got to be able to always know, what are we going to do if. So, parting words?
Comply if you can. Otherwise, get to the business of getting in the gunfight.
Yeah, and one that I really love that you said is action beats reaction. There you have it.
Every time.
All righty. Left-handed. Thank you, my friend.
Absolutely.
Pink versus orange. Well, so thankful to my friend John here. Hit the subscribe button if you like. Leave us a comment. And remember, it's your life.
Protect it.